they're fearful.
Ooh, that's good. That's a good one, yeah.
Which is why I said earlier, 60 minutes a day changed my life.
But I'll get up at 5 a.m. before my boys get up,
Yep.
and I'll do that 60 minutes. I have since 16 years ago. I'm always up before everybody else.
Yeah.
I'll get my time in, and then I'll start my day and do my thing.
With just 60 minutes a day, you too can achieve over 100K online.
I had an opportunity to work with Dave Ramsey, and man, such an amazing man, an amazing business, but inside, I was missing something.
Yes, you don't know what you're made of until you go out on your own and you become your own boss. Then you're like, dang, I'm pretty dang good.
Like, what I love about what you're teaching is you're not just helping people generate more money, you're helping them be also generous to others.
I love that.
Because when you have money, there's no need. Now you want to be a blessing.
Yeah.
Let's get straight to it. 43% of Americans say that they need, I wish I could see the screen right now if you listen to this on podcast, and put need all the way up on the screen right now. 43% of people say that they need a side hustle income just to cover daily expenses, not to do anything extravagant, not to go to Bloomingdale's over H&M. I'm talking about just to survive. I want you to really think about that. Nearly half of us can't make it without working multiple jobs. Now, what startled me here, what was really, really interesting was the average side hustler, the average person who has a side business makes $400 a month. But what if I told you that there's a method that could get you to making $4,000 or more a month? Well, I'm here with one of my good friends, man, Amy Porterfield, who's proven this with over 100,000 students. And check this out of the 100,000, I'm one of them. You know, so that's 99,999 other people she has been a huge blessing to. And you all know me, we've had not a lot of guests on my show. I love bringing on people who have impacted my life. And this young lady has impacted my life tremendously. If you all, I'm gonna put her old show, the very first show Amy Porterfield was on, so y'all can know I ain't capping. In the middle of the show, I told Amy Porterfield, who's known for two things: creating life-transforming courses and building a strong, solid email list, right? And I told her in the middle of my show, I don't have an email list. Amy Porterfield, you would have thought I just cursed. Her whole face was like, wait, what? Hold up. I mean, and this is my sister, so I can say this. She's white. Her face got red, like she was upset. Like, what? Wait, what do you mean? You are missing out on money, Anthony. And that day, this woman sent me access to her courses. She says, hey, I want to sow into your life. I know you're transitioning. Here you go. And y'all, with this lady, with her, and because of her teachings, because of Amy Porterfield, I think I don't want to exaggerate. For sure, we've done about $500,000 because of her, and half of that has come from working with her. So, listen, I need y'all to help me welcome to the show for the third time, but for the first time in the studio, my dear sister Amy.
Well, thanks for having me. I mean, being on the third time here, this is fancy. We've like stepped it up here.
Listen, true story. I mean, your teaching, working with you has literally helped fund some of this stuff.
Well, I'm honored if it was just a little part, but this is cool. And thanks for having me.
No, thank you for having me. I want to get straight into it because I've experienced Amy and your team. What you all have taught me and how it's made me a lot of money, right? And so I want to help my audience. So I have some core questions here on my phone that I want to ask.
Great.
Because I want to get straight into it. I hear a lot from my community. People are working hard, but still living paycheck to paycheck,
yes.
right?
Yes.
Single mothers working 2 jobs who can't spend time with their children. They tried to get into the online digital space.
Yeah.
They tried to launch a business, but what they're realizing is, man, I'm spending more time with less money.
Yeah.
I want to ask you this up front because you are the queen of the online digital marketing space. You wrote the book, 2 weeks notice,
Yeah.
right? How to quit your job and to get really more freedom and more stability in your life. What would you tell someone watching right now who has all these great ideas in their head? And they may say, you know what, Amy, just launching a business and doing it online is not for me. What would you tell to that?
And when they say not for me, are you thinking, they're thinking, I'm not qualified? Or, I hear it a lot. This isn't for me. And usually I'm not qualified. I don't know enough. I've never built a business. I don't have a business plan. I don't have an audience. Who's going to buy? Like, so many things come up. And here's what I want to tell you.
Okay.
I have thousands and thousands of students with major success with digital courses that they've created. Every single one of them have felt like, wait a second, I don't think I could do this. This isn't for me. But each of them, two things, wanted something better, wanted something more. So they're like, I just have to take this risk. I got to figure this out. So you have to get clear on what do you want? And this is a way to get there. But the second thing is, Anthony, we know that there are tons of people out there doing things that we are much smarter than them, and they are crushing it. So someone watching right now, you've seen someone online and you're like, I know way more than they do. Why are they making all that money? Because they just got started.
Ooh, you know, when you said that, that reminds me of my good friend, Nicole. I'm gonna bring her on the show because I think this is very important. You've been how long have you been doing this, Amy?
16 years.
16 years. She's an old.
I mean, I started when I was 10 years old, so it's like I was young. I hate saying 16. It sounds so old, but yeah, that's how long it's been.
Let's be honest. Most people are stressed and stuck in the paycheck to paycheck cycle because they were never taught how money actually works. That is exactly why I built this channel. Every week, my team and I are breaking down how to master your money, how to get out of debt, save, invest, and build wealth without borrowing a dime. No fluff, no hype, just real money talk that actually helps you win financially. You see, because money impacts every aspect of our lives, our peace, our relationships, and even our future. If you don't take control of it, it will control you. And if you're tired of just surviving and you're ready to build wealth God's way, you're in the right place. Over 900,000 people have already subscribed to our YouTube channel with over millions of downloads on our Apple and Spotify podcasts. Now, when we hit 1 million on YouTube, we're giving away $30,000 to help you get out of debt and to start building legacy. So listen, don't just watch. Hit that subscribe, family. Join this community. Let's build real wealth. Let's build real financial freedom together. It's your boy. Hit that subscribe. Let's get back to the show. Amy look like she's 25, y'all. Oh man, hey, listen, man. Amy out here winning. But 16 years. All right. So this is just amazing. So Nicole, she took your course.
Okay.
Right towards the middle to end of COVID.
Okay.
And I didn't know, at the time, me and you weren't really good friends at the time. And she was like, yeah, I'm taking this course. I'm learning how to create courses because she was a school teacher.
Okay.
So during COVID, they had to go home. Well, in her particular field in teaching school, she really helped her students do SAT and ACT prep.
Oh, gotcha.
So her students were having a hard time studying for the SAT and ACT. Well, you send kids home. Who's the very first person you're going to ask? Mom and dad.
Yep.
Well, mom and dad have been out of school for 20 years. They don't know anything.
For sure.
And so mom and dads started emailing her upset and frustrated. Like, hey, I don't know how to help them. They're not in your classroom every single day now. Do you have anything we can do that can help them prepare? Because we don't have the capability of doing it. So she stepped back and she was like, I need to provide a course because I can't do this with all of my students.
Yes.
So she took your course class.
I love this.
Learned how to create a course. Shot the videos with her iPhone.
Even better.
I was like,
simple.
Wow. She was like, Ayo, I had no idea what I was doing. I just shot whatever I would teach in my classroom, I made it a course.
Great.
I shot it with my iPhone.
Perfect.
Simple thing. Amy taught me how to pretty much get everything loaded in there right, and even how to sell it.
Yes.
And how to email promote it.
Yes.
So she said, I just shipped it out to all of my parents. Sold it for like 39, 49 bucks. Don't
Okay,
quote me.
love the price point though. Like keep it simple in the beginning. Yep.
And then I guess, and I know you do because I took this course, I just forgot. She said, well, Amy also taught the end, get them in the course, there's something where you could join like a group.
Yes.
She was like, well, I didn't want a group.
Okay.
She said, but I had the idea of, well, why not just say, if once you take my course, you can do one-on-one coaching. But before you can do one-on-one coaching, you had to go through my course.
Brilliant.
She said, man, Anthony, that business by itself, within a year, produced the same income that her job was producing.
Yes.
With less time and attention to that. Because she had to do calendar, had to do, I forgot what teachers had, what they call it when they come up with the plan and the schedule for
Like
teaching.
the lesson plans.
Lesson plans that had to get approved by the principal.
Yeah.
She said, Anthony, that's stressful. And she said, it just hit me. Why am I doing that?
Yes.
When I could honestly be just as effective over here and it doesn't take up as much of my time. So she said, Anthony, when school came back in, I resigned.
Okay, what? That part I was not expecting.
Yes.
Okay, love hearing that.
So wait, because I need
There's
everyone to
more?
hear this. Yeah, because it's like, when I hear people say, I can't do this,
Yes,
you can.
absolutely.
She resigned. She was making the same kind of income online.
Okay.
Using the information, the skills that she has on her current job.
Yep.
Translated it over to this. And she said, Ayo, I see a lot of people online looking for $1 million, trying to be a billionaire CEO. And she said, man, I just wanted freedom and just stability.
Yes.
Because I love serving in a church. Anthony, my business today pays me about $400,000 a year. She says, and I only work maybe 3.5 days a week.
Okay, that's what it's about right there. And that gives her time to do the stuff she loves.
Yes.
Yes.
What you have a huge passion for helping people, but you really have a huge passion for women and helping them get into the business. Yeah. Why is that such a huge passion for you?
So I love both men and women. You know,
I know you.
I love the gentleman.
Because she loves me too.
I do love him. So definitely I do have a passion for helping women.
Yeah.
Here's why. There is less than 1% of women are millionaires in their business. They've hit $1 million.
Wow.
So 1% of all entrepreneurs. And to me, that is very, very sad. So you just said it though. You don't need to make $1 million to be happy in your life.
Facts.
But I do want women to have the ability to have the money to use it how they want. I think women steward money differently. And I think that they change lives in their families and those around them when they have the kind of money that they want. Yeah. So I'm really passionate about that. And I believe that when you are your own boss, oh my gosh, the opportunities and what your life looks like, dramatically different than any 9-to-5 job you can have. But it starts though with the side hustle. Wow. It's not like I'm talking to people today and say, leave your job tomorrow and start a digital course. Facts. No, we're going to ease into this. Let me tell you about one of my students. Okay. So her name's Anna Anderson. And she was living paycheck to paycheck. Okay. She was making good money, but life's expensive right now, right? And she started helping some of her friends just for free land 6-figure jobs. At first, she didn't know she was that good at it, but she started helping them with their resume and interview questions. And she just was really good at it. I call that a 10% edge. There's just something, you're not certified, you didn't go to school for it, you're just good at it. Yeah. And she was good at it. Yeah. But she realized, I'm great at helping my friends get 6-figure jobs. I don't want a job anymore. I want to be my own boss. So someone living paycheck to paycheck realized I've got this 10% edge. So she created a course to help people land 6-figure jobs. And that allowed her to quit her job. She made $17,000 on her first time out. We call that like when you promoted it, your first time out. Okay. That's life-changing.
Heck yeah.
Life-changing. And what's so cool about that is what I teach is create one course, but let's just keep promoting it again and again. Yeah. Whether it be a side hustle, like you don't have to make $17,000. What if you made $4,000 with that? Right. Do it again and do it again. So this kind of thing is life-changing. It's not all about the money. It's what you could do with the money.
Now, you said something that just really bothers me.
Uh-oh. He always calls me out.
No. But it's not a bother towards you.
Oh, good. Okay.
Right. But it bothers me as a man that out of all the millionaires, and correct me if I'm saying this incorrect, because I want it to be correct. You said that women are only They make up 1% of the millionaires?
Yes. Some say it's 1.7, but that's not even 2. So yes.
That's not even 2%.
Isn't that wild? And women are so capable of being their own boss and making their own money.
Listen, man, listen. This ain't a show about women, but it might be.
It might be.
Because why that bothers me is I don't want to take away from the men who are working, but when I look at people like my mom who worked 3 jobs.
Yeah, exactly.
Just to make sure that her children had a good Christmas. When I look at some of my lady single friends who have to work a full-time job, who have a part-time job or a part-time hustle, and then got to come home and be a full-time mother.
Yes.
Women have more than enough to be CEOs, to be entrepreneurs, to be millionaires.
Yes.
And I'm not saying that all men are just some whack men, because we have a lot of us who are solid. I'm not saying that.
No doubt.
But I know some millionaire men who need to get some sense knocked into them, who are not working as hard as women.
Right? And you bring up women who have kids, and obviously the husbands are part of it, but have you ever heard where someone will say, I'm working just to pay my childcare?
Absolutely.
That blows my mind.
Facts.
And so here's one thing I love about creating your own thing. One of my students, well, many of my students are moms, stay-at-home moms that turned something into a business.
Yeah.
But one of them, Sarah Fudge is her name.
Sarah.
Just 4 kids.
Okay.
And she had this 10% edge where she helped men with dating, like one-on-one. So
I need your help, Sarah.
I'll get her your number. So she just got really good at it. And so men started paying for her for dating advice one-on-one. Okay. But she's got 4 kids and she wanted to be available for her kids when they got out of school. Just that little thing that means so much. So she said, okay, I've got this system, like this is how I help the men date. I've got this system. What if I put it in a course, instead of doing this one-to-one, do one-to-many? And then it does exactly what your example you said earlier. Now she can pick and choose who she wants to work with. Because we all know if you do any consulting, coaching, there are people you do not want to work with. What if you had a course for everyone else and you got to pick and choose who you wanted to do one-on-one work with?
Let me answer this question, because that's so good. This is going to be so good. So we're talking about digital courses, and we have a lot of people who have a side business.
Yes.
Do you think every side business should have some form of a digital course?
Okay. I don't think every single side hustle should have a digital course. Here's how you kind of figure it out. Is there something that you could teach someone where there's some kind of pattern, blueprint, framework that if you're able to do it with one person, you could do it with many.
Facts.
And so that's really how you decide. So a lot of my students are in the health and wellness and relationship coaching, things like that. One of my students said, I help couples with their marriage. I could never put that in a course. Yeah. I'm like, do you ask the same questions? Do you set them up with the same exercises? Do you often have the same conversations? That's a course.
Facts.
So it's just, sometimes people think like, I could never do a course. I'm going to swear to you, every person that's watching right now has that 10% edge.
Facts.
You know something that you could teach somebody else. And the only reason you're not making money with it now and someone else is making a lot of money with it is, again, they just said, okay, I'm going to try to figure this out. It's going to be messy in the beginning. I'm going to figure it out.
This is gonna be good.
Come on.
Because here's the thing too. I'm hearing this in my head. I know my people know my people. Well, Amy. Okay, here's an example.
Okay.
Well, I'm Anthony O'Neill. I'm in the finance space. Everyone's getting Dave Ramsey's course.
Okay, I love this.
So why would I do this when everyone else is getting Dave Ramsey's course?
Yeah.
And I think that's what a lot of people are thinking in their head. Like, well, why would I do it if all these other people in my space have a course? Like, why would people buy mine and I'm nobody?
Okay, love this question.
Yeah.
I get it all the time. And the first answer is you need a tiny sliver of the internet to pay attention to what you're doing for you to make great money.
That's so good.
So tiny sliver. You have a $100 program and 10 people buy it this month. Right there, you just made good money.
Yeah.
Once you do that, you can do the next step and the next step to start making $10,000 a month.
Facts.
You just have to get that first kind of like launch out of the way of that program. But also, not everybody wants Dave Ramsey. I mean, in this example, love Dave.
Yeah,
Not
love Dave
everyone-
too.
Yeah, not everyone wants to work with him. And sometimes you're going to be a more refreshing example to somebody. They can relate to you.
Right.
That's why I love to work with women, because I'm a woman who has made a lot of money starting her own business. I'm an example. And now she sees like, well, if Amy can do it, maybe I can figure this out. So we need to be example for the people that really can relate to us.
Man, that's so true, because I know some of you are watching right now who are in the financial space. And here's the truth. Some people will not resonate with me. They'll relate with you a whole lot better.
Yes.
And so I really want to encourage you. One of the things, Amy, that I do here, our mission here, is to eradicate $1 billion in consumer debt within the African American community by 2050.
Whoa, okay.
Yes. And then to build $500 million in wealth invested into the stock market, businesses, land, real estate, you name it, by also 2050. And so one of the biggest ways to do that is by providing some practical steps to do. And when I first met you, I was on a mission, and I realized that I spent 60 minutes every single day watching your course, working on my own first course, working on my email list.
Yes.
Doing that 60 minutes a day
Love this.
made me so much money.
Yes.
I went from a practical standpoint, right? I got a few questions here, because I think if they can commit to 60 minutes a day, which is 1 hour, how should they spend it?
Oh, I love this question. Okay, the first thing is, I want you to, most everyone that's listening probably has a social media account, right?
Yes.
Okay, I want you to choose one of those social media accounts, and I want you to start posting on a regular basis around your 10% edge.
Okay.
That one area. Because the first thing you want to do when you want to start a course is, what's the topic going to be? And you'd be amazed how many people say, but Amy, I don't know what I would teach. I promise you, I could name 5 things if I got to know every one of your listeners. 5 things right away. Because don't be fooled that because someone else is teaching it, or that seems so simple that everyone else knows how to do it. It's not true.
Yeah.
And so the first thing is, I want you to start posting about your 10% edge.
Yes.
Create stories about it, reels, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
From there, I want you to start thinking, okay, how could I teach this? In what format? What could the framework maybe be? And let me tell you, AI has changed the game for this.
Yes.
You start using ChatGPT to figure out, this is the topic I want to teach, break it down for me. How might I teach it? Right away, you use ChatGPT, now you can flesh that out in your 60-minute sessions. So right away, you've got an outline for a course, which is amazing. Now you have to give it your personal touch.
Yes.
An AI course is watered down and you will get lost in the sea of online noise, but at least let it get you started.
Yes.
And so right there, so you're posting to grow your audience.
Yeah.
You're starting to flesh out your idea of what might you teach.
Yeah.
And then from there, I want you just to keep showing up for people. Get in the DMs, answer their questions, find out what they're stuck with. Like if you start posting content around your 10% edge, people are going to start asking questions. Get into conversations.
Since the last time you was on my shows last year,
Yeah.
launching your book, we've probably grown about 400,000 people.
Okay, that's insane for the record.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Right. And so I think a lot of them are sitting there saying, wait, 10% edge. What does 10% edge mean? The bulk of my community, y'all know, because y'all watched the last show. And she really broke it down very, very well. But I think, Amy, it would be good to help people understand, what does she mean by my 10% edge and putting that into a course?
Okay, so here's what I mean. A lot of people come into my world and say, Amy, I didn't go to college for this thing that I do pretty well.
Facts.
I don't have a certification in it. I haven't been teaching it like 16 years like you have.
Facts.
So I'm not qualified to teach anything.
Yeah.
And that's where I say, oh, hold on. All you need is a 10% edge.
Good.
That is one thing that you know well. You've gotten results for yourself or for somebody else. And now you're willing to teach it to people to help them get the results as well. We're not talking tons of schooling. Remember, look at who is making money online. I promise you, they haven't been doing it for 10 years and then they decided to get the courage to do it. They just put it out there.
Yeah.
And so the concept is, let's not overthink this. Let's just get something started. And if you've gotten results for yourself, let me give you an example.
Yeah.
One of my students, she lost 100 pounds naturally.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
So she lost 100 pounds naturally, changed her whole lifestyle, incorporated it into her family, and she's been able to keep it off for 2 years.
Wow.
She teaches it now. People say, how did you do that? That's another thing to pay attention. You find your 10% edge sometimes when someone says, how did you just do that? Or how'd you figure that out?
Yes.
And so start paying attention to what people kind of are a little impressed about around you. For her, they kept asking her, how'd you lose all that weight? Now she has a course to teach other people how to do it. She's not a dietitian.
Right.
She didn't go to school for this, but you want to learn from someone who actually went before you.
Yes. That's it. I don't like learning from people who didn't do it.
Right? Amen. We're not doing that. Or even maybe like did it 25 years ago. Like, this is a different world we live in today.
Totally
right?
different world.
So even if you're just 1 year from figuring this out, you're very relevant. You're really close to it and you get your audience. They want to feel like you get them.
Yeah. One of my another success story is she was an assistant for 15 years.
Okay.
To a very busy CEO.
Okay.
And she was watching our show and she did the boot camp.
Oh, nice.
And she was able to go on the side. She created a course on how to be an effective assistant.
Oh, that's a good one. There you go.
She taught people that. And she's helped, I think to this day, close to about 200 people secure an assistant job. And then she said she's helped close to about 300 people who are assistants just become better at their job.
Oh, this is good. Yeah.
And I'm like, that's what you be as far as in that 10% edge. Didn't go to school for it. Don't have the credentials for it. And one thing I like about her that I've learned, which I like this. She says, hey, I'm not an expert. She tells them up front, I'm not an expert. I didn't go to school for it. This is what I've learned. And I'm going to charge you this price just to teach you what I've learned. But by all means, go learn from somewhere else too. Right? And I was like, huh. Like, she said, yeah, because I mean, I don't want to come off like I went and wrote books and theology on this stuff.
Right.
Like, no, this is what I learned. This is my 10% edge. I'm going to put it out there because this is what she said. Anthony, my phone kept blowing up and asking me, how do I do this? How do I do this? How do I do this? And it took up time.
Yes.
And time with no exchange of money was a waste of my time. And I'm a generous person, but I started noticing it was taking me away from family, from friends, from enjoying stuff. And I needed to be compensated for my time. Yeah. And so she didn't charge a lot. And I'm like, okay, cool. So what would you tell someone who is watching this right now and saying, okay, I hear you, Amy, I got this. I think I know what my 10% edge is.
Yeah.
You're telling me to post on social media, but how do I go from zero to my first sale?
Oh, I love this question. Okay. So if you're starting from scratch, you don't have a big audience, you don't have an email list, you're a little unsure of your 10% edge, but you want to give this a shot.
Yeah.
I teach people how to create what I call a workshop course. It's essentially a live 1-hour training that people pay you for, but it's your way of kind of getting out there and trying it and your audience's way to find that trust with you and test out what you've got. So let me give you an example. One of my students, Lily Jimenez, she had no audience. She had 17 people on her email list. Now,
17.
How many do you have on your email list?
Over 200,000.
She has 17. That's very different, right? So she could sit here and watch this interview and be like, I have 17 people, probably half of them are my family. You have 200,000. Yeah. I can't do this. But she didn't do that. So one thing that she did really well is she's a physical therapist and she had to take the specific exam and she knew that exam well. So she started teaching other physical therapists how to take this one exam.
Wow.
But she only charged $39 for the 1-hour live training.
That.
$39. She made $2,100 with a tiny email list and tiny social media following. But she just started engaging with her audience, and when she had it ready, they were excited. But $2,100 this month for you, how many people would be like, please bring it on? Yes. With a $39 program. So we don't have to start huge. I have students who make hundreds of thousands of dollars with courses. But what if you just started simple? Because I can guarantee Lily, she's going to go for something bigger down the road, but she needed to prove to herself, like, can I make this easy and simple for myself? Yes.
What happens to your family if something happened to you? I'm gonna ask that again. What happens to your family when something happens to you? You see, life insurance feels scary, it feels complicated, and even expensive. But here's the thing, it doesn't have to be anymore. Most of us are walking around with no life insurance policy, but we have a name brand item. Thinking, I'm young, I'm healthy, I got time. Family, I want to be honest with you, I'm so sorry. That's not faith, that is pure foolishness. Here's what I love about my friends over at Ethos. They've made getting term life insurance 100% simple. No medical exams, no waiting weeks for approval. You can get a quote online in literally 10 minutes like myself and get approved the exact same day. We're talking coverage from $100,000 up to $2 million with absolutely no blood work for way less than what you actually think. Term life insurance is pure protection at a fraction of the cost of whole life insurance. Look, a healthy 30-year-old can get a $500,000 policy for about $25 a month. That's less than your Netflix and Spotify combined. Listen, your family deserves to be protected. Don't leave them struggling to pay bills and funeral costs because you kept putting this off. While you're in heaven, smiling, your family's down here stressed because of your poor decisions. Listen, stop playing games with your family's future. Get your free quote today in 10 minutes by going to anthonyoneil.com/ethos. Again, go to anthonyoneil.com/ethos. And I promise you, you will feel way better and sleep better at night. All right, let's get back to today's show. Oh my gosh. I'm about to do something that's going to be so crazy.
Oh no, I'm nervous.
Yeah, I know you probably are nervous. Make sure you get this, Ed. That sounds like my homegirl. I'm about to call her right now.
Who are we calling?
Her name is Sade.
Hey.
I got you on speakerphone live on my show in front of Amy Porterfield.
Hey there.
So watch what you say, my friend. Okay.
Yo, Amy Porterfield.
Oh, hey there. I don't even know what Anthony's doing right now. He just like picked up his phone. He's like, I gotta call my girl. So what's going on here?
Yo, this is one of my close friends. I love Sade. She is like a sister. And I've watched her start in her particular business and excel. And she told me that she took your course.
No way.
What was it, about like 2-3 years ago? Well, Sade is, what's the field that you're in, Sade? What's your particular field?
So I'm an occupational therapist and I help OT graduates pass our certification exam.
There you go. I love this.
Sade she is a general in this space.
Yes.
If you go to Sade's page, Instagram page right now, how many Instagram followers you got, Sade?
Maybe a couple hundred. Not many.
A couple of hundred.
Great, yeah.
Right? But what would you say ballpark? Well, you ain't got to put a price out there because you're on the show. Would you say that you are very happy with what your course is and what your platform does?
I will say doing it on my own, absolutely. Like it has been a huge blessing financially to be able to have my course perform the way it does.
Okay, this makes me so happy. So I have a question for you.
Yes.
What would you say to people that are like, I can't do that. I don't have a big Instagram following. I don't have a big audience. I can't teach other people. Like, did you ever have any doubts when you got started, or were you just like, boom, this is going to work?
Well, I'm very optimistic.
Love that.
And I started this business because I struggled. I failed the exam myself when I graduated from OT school. So I knew there was something missing.
Yes.
And I felt like through my experience of struggling that I would be able to build something to really help students. Now, I knew I could help and I knew it would be something. I did not expect it to grow to where it is today.
Even better.
Yeah, but I think just doing it. So like, I think a lot of people try to perfect and they try to, worry about the competition. No,
Yes.
Just based on your experience, based on, your passion for it, just do something to help somebody out there. And if you're walking in your purpose, I truly believe that it will grow.
Amen. Okay, what a treat. This is a great call. I didn't know what we were doing here.
Yeah.
But I want to just point out one thing. You were optimistic. I think it's okay to allow yourself to be hopeful. What if it does work? I always say give equal airtime to the positive if you're going to live in the negative. I can't do this. I've never done this before. I don't have a big audience. What if it doesn't work? What if it fails? What if it does work?
Right.
And that's, the power of prayer right there. I mean, we could go on and on.
Yeah.
But I love that you said, actually, I knew that there was something missing and I was optimistic I could figure it out. That's the attitude you need.
I think for me, the thing that just, when we talk, it's like her brain is just crazy. Whenever we talk, we're always talking about money and business. And I was looking at her, I was like, how are you winning like that?
Yeah.
And you do not have nowhere near my following.
Right.
Like not even 1,000. And I was like, I was very proud to call her my sister, my friend, because she's working. And like, in what she's doing, she's making someone's salary. Like, I'm not gonna put her business out there because she's very, very private. So I'm even shocked that she's still on the phone.
I'm kind of dying, but I'll let it go.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but
we can. Last year, I know she did very, very well, right? But Sade, did you do paid marketing or paid advertising last year?
I have never marketed. I have never did an ad. I have never did anything. Never been on a podcast. Never. Everything is literally word of mouth, organic. Somebody heard about me through somebody.
Okay, that's huge because people are watching right now and they're like, I just don't have a big enough audience. I could never do this.
Facts.
Word of mouth. When your content's good, when you believe in it, when you know there's a gap here, I could fill it.
Yeah.
You don't need a bunch of paid ads and huge marketing.
Yeah.
I mean, to make that kind of money and be able to not even pay into ads, dang, that's good.
No.
I'm impressed. This is the best call ever.
Crazy. It's crazy. Like, I literally have no followers. And I think even sometimes, like, it blows my mind when students reach out to me and they're like, I heard about you from my friend who took the exam 6 years ago. Or I heard about you from my supervising OT who really struggled with the exam. And again, I think it just goes back to walking in your purpose. And then also just making sure that you're an expert on the topic, right? Like if people didn't feel like I was actually making an impact, in their journey of becoming an occupational therapist, I don't think my business would have grown. So I've really learned how to perfect my craft. Like, I study a lot, making sure that I truly understand this field so that I can make sure I'm helping thousands of.
Yeah.
Yo.
Good stuff.
You amazing, Sade.
You just made our day.
I literally Amy was sitting here talking, I was just telling stories, and I was like, yo, I'm just gonna call Sade on speakerphone.
Good thing you were there.
I'm just gonna call her.
Good thing you're home.
You know what I'm saying? That's she's helped me make a lot of money ideas, and like I said, I would never put her personal business out there, but she's doing so well that I had to help her get some accounting services done out there because she's winning. Like, she's
making
winning.
so much money, she needs to get organized with that money.
And here's what I love
stuff.
is that this is side because she has a business that is doing well, right? So it's like this is side hustle. Do you think one day, Sade, this will replace that income that your business is doing?
Absolutely. That's my goal. So I'm trying to, through watching Amy Porterfield and listening to you, Anthony, like, I'm trying to learn how I can take my business to the next level so that I can start helping more future occupational therapists and I can retire from actually treating clients. That is my number one goal.
Okay. Well, can we get on a phone call and I'll help you do that? Like, I'd love to give you some advice.
Gosh.
Absolutely. Okay, good. Then we're going to get on a call, my friend.
Oh my God.
So wow. I don't know. Literally, I have so many people, in my community who love you, who have learned from you. And we just heard from Sade, who, again, we can't say how much money she's made, but she's made a lot of money because of your program. And here's the thing, you've taught this to over 100,000 students, and you have a special program that is super affordable coming up called the Course Confident, right?
Yep, it's a boot camp.
It's a boot camp.
Yep.
All right, so I want to know this because I like to get straight to the point with people. What exactly is Course Confident, and how is this different from all the other stuff that's out there on the line? You know, because we see it all the time, and I want people want to know, like, okay, why Amy Porterfield compared to ABC out there?
I love that question. First of all, I only teach what I know. So you're not going to hear me tell you how to create a physical product or how to do something offline. I'm an online girl, and I only teach what I know and what I do and what I teach my students. So this boot camp, again, it's called Course Confident, and it's essentially going to help you kickstart your digital course journey. If you're watching now and you're like, Amy, I'm not really sure of my 10% edge, I'm going to help you figure out your 10% edge.
For real?
If you know it, then I'm going to help you really validate it to make sure this is where you want to go in that direction.
That's good.
From there, I'm going to teach you how to price your course. And this is good because once we can play what I call it course math, we can kind of figure out what's possible for you based on what you want to create and what you want to charge. The way you figure out what you want to charge for a course is to figure out the type of course you want to create. And I have 3 different types of courses that I teach my students. I'll help you figure out which one's best for you. And if you're starting from scratch and this is overwhelming, we're going to go with a mini course. But I map it out inside of the boot camp. And then finally, how to kickstart your audience. Like, you just heard from our friend on the phone that you don't need a huge Instagram or Facebook following, but we want to get started with something, right?
Listen.
And so that was amazing. That when she said a few hundred on Instagram, I'm like, thank God she didn't say 100,000, because that's my students. My students do not have big audiences.
No, and I'm telling you, I want to say it's so bad, but she's winning.
She is winning.
She's winning financially.
Wait, can I just say that we paused so you could tell me she is winning. And so I was just like, wow. And there's so much more opportunity for her because now that she's cracked the code. So if you want to just crack the code, like get started, it's the boot camp. It's $47. We're not like saying it's tons of money to get in there. And you'll get to experience like how I teach. My community is there. We'll answer all your questions in the group. Like, it's a great kind of accountability, get started, be around other people who are ambitious like you.
So listen, we're gonna put all the information up on the screen. It should have been coming up throughout today's show. All you gotta do is go to anthonyoneal.com/confident. Okay, that's anthonyoneal.com/confident. And
that's like a sexy URL. I like that one.
Very sexy.
Very sexy.
You know, say Anthony O'Neal. You know, and we're also gonna have the information inside of the show notes, because hear me clearly, y'all. We've given examples after examples, and literally, y'all know me, I'm a Christian, and I just felt something in my guts, but something in my spirit, like, no, they need to hear from someone else. And I literally was like, Sade. You know, and that's one of my close friends who I've watched her take your course, take her 10% edge, watch her fail at something, go and learn to pass it, take that information, turns it into a course, and because of word of mouth, she's just,
I mean, come on.
And we heard her say her goal is that would take over her current income.
I love to hear that.
Because she wants to be a mom. She wants to,
she's on the road a lot.
She's on the road a lot, and she's dating an amazing guy, and eventually wants to be married, right? So it's like, she really wants that freedom, and this is going to allow it. And she didn't have, but I want to say maybe 110 people when she first started.
Wild. On
Instagram. But she grew word of mouth, and it was amazing. So we see who that's for. I want you to, Amy, think about this for your years of experience. 100,000 people. Technically 99,999, because I'm one of them. Who would you say this is for? Because some people are saying, well, is this for me? I'm a single mom, I don't have that much time, or I'm already working 3 jobs, or I'm in corporate America. Oh, here's a good one, Amy. I'm in corporate America. I make pretty good money. My life, I ain't rich, but I mean, I ain't hurting either.
Okay, yes.
Is this for me?
I hear that one a lot too. 2 things. Remember how I was talking about Anna Anderson earlier, and she was living paycheck to paycheck?
Yes.
But she was having a steady paycheck. Like, she was comfortable, but she was not excited about anything. So number 1, if let's say you're in corporate, this is for you if number 1, you just want more money and you know it's not gonna be by getting that 5% raise or a little promotion. That's one thing, it's for you. But also, if you just are not lit up anymore, you are so tired of going to that 9-to-5 job, and no matter how good it looks on paper, you do not want it. I used to work for Tony Robbins, you know that.
Yeah.
On paper, that was an amazing job. And Tony was amazing.
Yeah.
And I got paid really well. I got huge bonuses. I got to travel the world. So on paper, yes, I felt empty inside. I wanted to be my own boss more than anything in the world, and I wanted more time. I was newly married. I wanted more time at home.
Yeah.
And so it's okay if you want something more. So who is this for?
Yeah.
Someone who wants something more or different. That you're like, look, my life's not bad, but I know I'm destined for greatness.
Yeah.
You have to get out of your own way. You have to get uncomfortable. You and I did not get to where we are today by being comfortable.
No,
amen or amen?
No, we did not.
So we did not. And so it's okay if it feels messy. It's okay if you're a little scared.
Yeah.
It's okay if you doubt yourself right now.
Yeah.
But if you're living paycheck to paycheck, you're not lit up anymore, you want more, or you want more time with your family or just in your life, at least explore it in the bootcamp. The bootcamp lets you explore if this is for you.
You know, I think a lot of my people, and I want you to talk to them, I think they're fearful of the time requirement.
Ooh, that's good. That's a good one, yeah.
Which is why I said earlier, 60 minutes a day changed my life. When I think of Sade's story and Nicole's story, 60 minutes a day changed their life. And with Sade, it would change her life even more down the road.
Yeah.
What would you say to that individual who's saying, man, I don't really know if I have the time commitment. Yes, I want more freedom.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm not as happy. Yes, they're like you. I had an opportunity to work with Dave Ramsey, and man, such an amazing man, an amazing business, but inside, I was missing something.
Yes.
I wanted to impact more of my people, the African American community, and I wanted a little bit more. But I was even fearful of what will it take for me to step out on my own.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yes.
Yes, very clearly.
You met me, I think, 2 weeks after I did it.
It was right after. Isn't that wild? Yeah.
That is real crazy. And I was like, man, but Amy, I cannot. Here's a personal question for you, because I can't imagine my life being any different right now.
Right?
Could you imagine your life still doing what you was doing in the past?
No, like I can't. To me, like meaning if I never went out on my own.
Yes.
If I think about that life,
Yeah.
I'd look at a woman that was playing small. There's no doubt in my mind I would play small. I would let other people lead. I'd feel like, I'm not good enough. It's hard to really shine in a 9-to-5 job.
Facts.
It's so hard, right?
Facts.
You don't know what you're made of until you go out on your own and you become your own boss. Then you're like, dang, I'm pretty dang good. Like if you could figure that out, and you can figure that out.
Yeah.
But you had asked about time.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Huge time.
And it is true that a lot of people listening right now probably do not have the time to add something else.
Right.
However, again, you have to come back to how bad do I want it?
Yep.
And what am I willing to sacrifice? Because I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat this.
Facts.
I got to where I am today by making many sacrifices and getting really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But I would get up, I'm an early riser. I'll go to bed early, but I'll get up at 5 a.m. before my boys get up, and I'll do that 60 minutes. I have since 16 years ago. I'm always up before everybody else.
Yeah.
I'll get my time in, and then I'll start my day and do my thing. I would like to lay in bed, but I also like the lifestyle that I've created. And so you gotta find the time. You gotta make it.
This is something totally off the cuff. When I hear things in my spirit, Amy, I'm just gonna say
I really
it.
love when you go off the cuff.
But it's like, Amy, I think one thing I love about you is that you're super generous.
Thank you.
And I think you're super generous because you put in the work and you don't need for anything. As far as from a monetary thing. Y'all, I'm gonna say this about Amy, and I may get in trouble for saying this because I don't think she does it for everybody, but Amy has sat down with me a couple of times all day and then charged me nothing. And Amy is the kind of lady, you sit down with Amy Porterfield, you're gonna come out the pocket, okay, because of her experience and her excellence. But it's like, what I love about what you're teaching is you're not just helping people generate more money, you're helping them be also generous to others.
I love that.
Because when you have money, there's no need. Now you want to be a blessing.
Yes, yes.
And it's like, that's one thing that I love now is that, man, I'm in a place to where, okay, we all need money per se to live and survive. But it's like, I don't need money to pay my bills next month.
Right.
So my desire now is how can I be more of a blessing? How can I just sow into someone? How can I be generous? And that's one thing I love about what you're offering people is like, hey, let's take the wisdom and knowledge that you have over the years or whatever you've been through in life, and let's turn that into a profit machine that takes stress off of your shoulders, generates you money while you're sleeping, while you're on vacation with your kids, while you out there on the beach having a hot girl summer. You know, how do you generate income to the point to where, hey, you know what? I see someone's in need. Let me be a blessing.
That's what it's all about right there.
And every Christmas, I'm a blessing to someone. And it feels so, I just bought my dream car. I bought another dream car, right?
Did you?
I bought another dream car.
Okay.
I actually bought about a couple of years ago, to be honest. But I bought it, right?
Okay.
That was amazing. Oh my gosh.
It's exciting, right?
Like, yes.
Yes.
Right? But every Christmas, nothing beats being generous.
Yeah.
Nothing beats being able to bless someone and help someone and serve someone and help someone else reach their dreams and their goals. And the coolest thing about Amy, this is why y'all gotta sign up for this boot camp, is I walked away. I never told Amy this. My boy called me because he knew I was sitting down. She was like, bro, how was she? I was like, man, what do you mean? I was like, Amy's real cool. I wouldn't have been here. I was like, bro, he's like, you was in her house. I was like, yeah. He was like, I know it's dope. I said, it's a dope house. He was like, but how is she? And I said, you know what, bro? Bro, I watched Amy's face. We had all these white things up.
Yes.
All around her
All the
office.
whiteboards.
All the whiteboards around. And I said, bro, and Amy looked like she was happy.
Yes.
Helping me.
It was exciting. I love doing that. Yeah.
And I'm like, that's what you get when you sign up for Amy in the boot camp. Like, this is not a, let me just regurgitate this and get it. No. She gets happy seeing someone else's dreams come to life.
Yes.
And I'm like, bro, and I said, and I worked with her the year before that, and Amy got happy cutting me a check.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, bro, so I will, and that's not the case for everybody.
Yeah.
And so y'all, Amy didn't know I was gonna say that. I just felt it in my spirit to say that because it's like, I think this is bigger than just getting a course that's gonna, yes, we want you to have financial stability. That's important. But also, how do we help you get in a position to where you can be a blessing? You do that by getting with someone who wants to truly help you and who gets excited about helping you. So listen, I want y'all to go to anthonyoneal.com/confident. Should be up on the screen. If you're listening to this on podcast, it'll be inside of the show notes. Here's one question I want to ask you, Amy. When people sign up for the boot camp, one of the things that I hear all the time, which is why I don't really do a whole bunch of offerings on my show anymore, is people spend all this money for the boot camp, which yours is super affordable, $47. It lacks support. What kind of support will you and your company be offering within inside of this situation?
It's where I find a lot of pride in the terms of my team. So we offer a lot of support. So I have alumni that have gotten great results with courses come into my community for the boot camp and answer a bunch of questions because they've already been there.
That's so good.
And then I have my own coaches and my own staff that's in there. But we really pride ourselves. We answered more than 1,000 questions last time we did the boot camp. That's a lot of questions.
That's a lot.
Yeah, so personally we answered those. So we are all about making sure you don't get unstuck, because if I could keep moving you forward, you're going to see the results.
Yeah.
But sometimes you're just like, I need someone to answer this question for me.
Yeah.
So we do a really good job inside the community. We kick off the boot camp on September 11th. So you have until September 11th. That's the day I'll do training number 1 live in the boot camp. One thing we didn't mention is it's a short boot camp. I'm not taking up like weeks of your time. I do 3 core trainings and I do 1 like master training to bring it all together.
Okay.
And then we've got really cool things and fun things that we do in the community. We give away prizes. We just make it a good time.
Yeah.
But you can get in and out and get what you need quickly. Yeah.
Listen, y'all, our time is up, you know, and I hope half of today's show was off script. Okay? But I mean, when I feel something, I always go for it. And don't forget, you guys, I keep bringing this up on every single show. Our goal is to eradicate $1 billion in consumer debt within our community and to build $500 million in wealth. Just because we pay off debt doesn't mean that we're wealthy and we're building wealth. We gotta generate more income. And this is a great way to generate an extra $4,000 or more a month. And y'all, my friends are doing it because of Amy. I am doing it because of the lessons that I've learned from Amy. And so I wanted to bring her into the studio. She flew from Nashville, Tennessee, just to be here today. She's about to get back on a flight. And so we're gonna let her get up out of here. But please hear me clearly. Go to anthonyoneil.com/confident. And I promise you, you'll thank me later. You got add it to your budget. It's $47. Okay, this means you can't go to McDonald's. You can't go to some other places this month. That's fine, because this $47 will produce you more income down the road to where you won't go back to McDonald's, because you don't need to be eating no McDonald's anyways. Okay, that food is bad for you. All right, that's why you gotta let me be quiet before I get in trouble with Amy on the show. All right, listen, we love you all. See you in the next show. All the information inside the show notes. Peace out.